What's up, guys? This is Sean and welcome to another episode of the iherng podcast. Today we're going to answer a question from email. This is from Miss E. Hi Sean, thank you for creating such great videos to raise awareness on property related issues which I thought I didn't need to have. Yes, I'm one of those ignorant people you target to educate. I am a 30-year-old Malaysian currently working in Singapore with net income around 11,000. Still repaying PTPTN loan and a monthly transfer to my parents of 2,400 for a few purposes. Co-paying loan installment for a house loan with my brother. This is a loan taken over from our parents under my brother's name, so not considered as my debt, although I'm co-paying with him, as well as for my parents' expenses. Recently, I have an idea of getting an investment unit in Mont Kiara, in particularly Arcoris Soho. Although I prefer Arcoris Residence more, can't afford it, which is around 680,000. Monthly installment is around 2,500 and current rental around there is around 2,000 to 2.8. And the rental income that I hopefully receive is going to fund the money transfer to my parents, 2,400. The difference is eventually I get a property. Appreciate if you can let me know if this is a good idea. Also, on the property choice, what do you think of Arcoris Soho prospect? Is the rental going to be maintained at the same level for the next 10-15 years, as there will be more and more new developments, I guess, coming up in the area? Then eventually the rental will no longer be able to cover most of my installments. Next question is, if I were to really get a unit in Arcoris Soho, should I get a cheaper bare unit around 655,000 and engage makeover guys over the property, or should I get a 680,000 fully furnished unit to avoid the hassle, as I'm currently not in Malaysia to oversee or handle all these? I would think that the former one gives more control in getting the ideal unit that I want to target tenants. Above all, please let me know if I'm too optimistic, too hopeful, or is this a feasible plan? Keep up the good work and hopefully more and more people will be benefited from your insights like myself. Miss E. So thank you very much for the email, Miss E. I really do appreciate, and thanks for shouting out. And this helps me push more and more contents because, well, I know I'm hurt. Anyway, just to conclude the email, 30 years old, Malaysian working in Singapore, now currently having a salary of 11,000, sent 2,400 over to Malaysia for the parents as well as a property. Now thinking of a property in Mont Kiara, which is Arcoris, next to Residency 22, next to the 163 Mall. Currently it's going for 680,000. Her money installment will be 2,500, but the money rental can go from 2,000 to 2,008, right? Then another question would be whether to go for bare unit or to go for fully furnished unit. Very first thing to clarify, right? What's your goal? What's the end in mind? Because that will determine a few things, right? Due to the difference in currencies, and there's this currency dynamics that I often missed out, but as the audience group grows in this channel, right, a lot of Malaysians that live in Singapore actually watch this channel, and something you need to understand is your currency is way stronger than Malaysian. So if you are planning to come back to Malaysia eventually, then I think investing in Malaysia would be a good thing because you use a very strong currency to buy weak Malaysian ringgit ma. So 650,000 for you all, divide by 3.5, right? So it's going to be nothing much. Eventually, you're going to earn more in Sing dollar, then the currency is going to grow further. Then your money burden is going to be just little and little and little. But if you are planning to reap the investment from this side as well, it's not going to be very, very healthy. But what you have on your side is you are using this to sustain the spending for your parents, which is pretty strategic as well. But if you're planning to just settle in Singapore, get a PR or whatsoever, right, not to come back to Malaysia, then I don't think it's a good idea. Because if you look into investment point of view, if I were to buy something that's 650,000, right, let's say it performs very, very well. The property increase value like nobody's business. Every month you make money, you give your parents, everybody happy. 10 years later, you cash out, right? Let's say the currency is now 4.5 to 1. The rate of increase for the property is not going to beat the drop in currency value, if you get what I mean, right? So this is going to lead you to think that, hey, 10 years later, I waste all this time for what? I get an extra home in Mont Kiara, but then now, every month, then got problem, then you engage property management company, for what? Not making money also. Then there will be a lot of people telling you, hey, the REITs in Singapore, which is more matured and more well-governed, right? You put your same amount of money there, eventually you'll be better off, like in terms of liquidity, in terms of prospects and things like that. So that's number one. Your future plan will actually dictate this strategy. And if you really like, okay, I work in Singapore for 5-8 years, I come back with a saving of maybe like 200,000-300,000, then this one I convert back, right, almost millionaire already. At the same time, I have this cash, I can be attached to another company. Yes, I understand the currency rate, same numerical amount in ringgit. Let's say 8,000 Sing or 8,000 ringgit is going to be the same, but the difference is my saving just quadruple in value. Yet at the same time, having a property that is self-funding, that's very good. Actually, you will win a lot of other people already. So let's assume you will come back, right, fellow Malaysians. We come back, help the economy a little bit. Aquarius is going to be a very, very good buy because number one is in the true blue Jalan Kiara 1. That road, that street is somewhat like the Bukit Bintang's famous intersection, right? The one that with McDonald and Lot 10 and Pavilion. The famous junction in Mont Kiara setting is that street. And it's because one Mont Kiara mall is in front. You have the neighborhood mall that is 163. You have offices, you have residents. And what's cool about that street is without a car, you are able to live your life. That's why it's so popular among the expats because they stay there, they relocate here to Mont Kiara, right? Then the husband actually drives to KLCC, which is around like 15 minutes to 30 minutes drive. The family here are able to live their life. There are a lot of international schools. Like you look at the community of Japanese there, Koreans there. It's insane. Therefore, the dynamics of rental there is very, very in demand. Plus, in Mont Kiara, the streets of Mont Kiara actually dictates the returns, right? Let's say if you look into Jalan Kiara 1, 3, and 4 is going to be very different in terms of dynamics. And there's something about smaller units as well. Like because if you think about it, expats that is only renting. Let's say it's a 2-bedroom, a rather small unit. People are paying 2,008 for a small unit, but they are not willing to pay 1,005 for a big unit in Sekambut. Same street. Why? Lifestyle elements, right? In Sekambut, no matter how I still need to drive out, there's difference in streetscapes, the sense of security, the lifestyle elements are just different between these two locations, which is in the same street, well, one junction away. So I think that you have done your homework well, which is 2000 and 2008. So that's like the bare finish, fully semi-furnished, fully furnished, designer furnish. And whether to take up bare unit or fully furnished units, right? It depends whether you got capital or not. If I got no capital, I want to include the furnishing cost into my loan, then getting the fully furnished one would be better. But the cons for that would be your unit looking exactly the same like the rest. Let's say all 30-40% of people take fully furnished, right? All the units are going to look the same. Yes, it's going to beat bare units in terms of rental, but then within that segment, you're going to be the same. There's no competitive edge. Unless you do it differently. Now you take bare unit and you like to change it up a little bit, twist a little bit, then your unit becomes one of a kind within that segment of designer furnish. Then you are able to demand or you can stand out a little bit more. Either be rented out faster or rented out higher. It depends on how sophisticated the market is at that moment. And have no worries because now I think I've shared before in the Makeover Guys, we do liaise with a lot of overseas clients. We basically do everything for you. We even have the TMS system, the tenancy management system, where you're able to gauge this group of people to manage a tenant for you, even collect the rental for you. Like I'm using the services right now. Every month I don't have to directly contact the tenant. The tenant will be managed by this group of people. So this group of people will only give me the reporting, hey, your money is in your account now. Hey, can you clear the maintenance fees? Hey, there's this complaint. Things like that. So they are like your personal assistant. Well, that comes with a fee, but I think it's for convenience and peace of mind. So you can find out more via the Makeover Guys Facebook page, or you can check out Cozy Homes. So just to let you know, these are the services in the market already, and we are not the only one. A lot of other people try to adopt the same concept and things like that, but personally I have only tried services provided by my own company right? I work there, of course must use their services. And in conclusion, I think it's a good buy if you can afford it. It's going to be one of the safer bets because you are located in the prime street of Mont Kiara, and it will make all the sense if you're thinking of relocating. If you don't want to come back to Malaysia eventually, right, this condo you can sell because your family is still in Malaysia, so it will still somewhat benefit. But as a person that is working in Singapore, do take note on the currency role in this equation, right? And with that, thank you very much for the email, Miss E. I really appreciate it. And for those who still have any questions regarding real estate, do just email me at taniherng@gmail.com, or you can just DM me on Instagram, iherng. And I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.